All right, soccer fans, welcome back to the Ontario Soccer Centre Stadium as we get you set for what should be one of the highlight matches of today. It's the 2021 Ontario Cup Men's Final. We are coming to you live from our broadcast location at the Soccer Centre in Vaughan. Clearing up a little bit from our morning match. The conditions here starting to warm up a little bit pitch side. Very slight breeze will not impact play at all, and it should be optimal conditions for today's match as we get set to bring you this men's final between Mississauga AC Diavoli, who you see out there taking the field in the red kits, black shorts, black socks, white numbers on their back, and they are taking on the Gloucester Celtic Club from Ottawa. Two-time Ontario Cup Men's Championship club. They're looking to win their third club title here today, wearing the traditional Celtic kit, horizontal green and white stripes, and those iconic striped socks as well. Should be a fantastic match here today. As we get you set for the opening kickoff, the Ontario Cup, Ontario Soccer Outdoor Provincial Championship, is the largest competition of its kind in Canada. As one of the oldest and most prestigious amateur sporting events in the country, the Ontario Cup was first staged in 1901 and has operated continuously since, with the exception of World War II period and during the global pandemic in 2020. The Ontario Cup has staged a triumphant comeback here in 2021 as the 105th edition of this Soccer for Life competition has played out safely across the province with thousands of participants. After an amazing summer of competition, the Ontario Cup finals are now set. What began with nearly 300 teams has been whittled down to the last 28, with each vying for Ontario Cup glory over the first two September weekends. Just about set for the opening whistle here, as Mississauga AC Diavoli will kick us off, and we are underway here in the 2021 Ontario Cup Men's Final. Celtic taking early possession as it's played back and controlled here by Adam Davies. The left back plays ahead for Evrer Chance as Bezic plays it back to Adam Davies, then in turn goes to his keeper, Corey Harrington. Starting keeper for AC Diavoli will be John Smits. As Celtic move the ball across the half and quickly play it back, Julian Piccoli as it's played over to Davies. Luca Piccoli, he plays that ball up the flank. Running onto it is Pang, and that one out of touch and out for a Celtic corner. It's actually Pang who will take the corner as Piccoli, Julian Piccoli, stepped up on the run. So we'll see if Gloucester can threaten from this early corner kick opportunity just 2 minutes into the match. Corner delivered. Off his line, Smits comes to punch. Danger still present as the volley coming off the foot of Luca Piccoli, and that one goes wide of goal. But a good early chance there for Celtic. Well, Canada Soccer Toyota National Championships, typically some of the Ontario Cup champions in certain age categories get to fly their provincial flags at the National Championships. However, in July of 2021, after careful deliberation and reviews of membership feedback, Canada Soccer decided to cancel the competition due to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. Cool side note, they did do the first ever Canada e-soccer nationals. It was an esports national. That was super cool and very forward thinking. But due to participant health and safety were the main concern in the initial cancellation. And again, we remind you that with Hub International Insurance Brokers, we have a partner for today to support us as we prepare for tomorrow, and who will help protect us for what matters most when we get there, because the truth is tomorrow is a gift, and Hub wants us to be ready for it. Find out more at hubinternational.com. There would have been an offside call there against Evrard Chance, so they allow the ball to play through to the Diavoli keeper Smits, and they'll play it out to Dokic, as they like to call him on the squad, Big Z. Big Z plays the ball forward, and running onto it is Milosevic, but that one will go out of touch and out for a Celtic throw. Tossed in quickly as Bika Mumpaka takes control, and he receives the touch back from Babineau. They in turn turn it over, and now it's controlled by Alves. Advantage played, but no advantage developed, so the referee calls it back, and we'll have a free kick here from Diavoli at distance. Nick De Silva, the player who was fouled, number 5 for AC Diavoli, he stands beside the referee. In the fray is also Denny Velestegui, longtime veteran. They both stand over top the ball for the free kick. 4 red shirts right now at the top of the penalty area, and a 5th one and a 6th one creeping in as both De Silva and Big Z head into the box. Right-footed strike from distance. That one nowhere close to target and out for a goal kick. Well, both of these teams having interesting roads to the final, as Diavoli started their Ontario Cup journey with a 4-0 win over Oakville. They then picked up a 2-1 win over Dutch Connections, a 2-1 win over Ebony Juniors Brampton, and in the semifinals against Hertvat St. Catharines, a strong 2-0 win as Celtic try to move the ball through the attacking third. It's now controlled by Adam Davies. The left back pinches up and makes the pass ahead, as it's controlled by Babineau. In the corner, pulls back for Davies. That one just stays in, and now it's knocked out for a Celtic throw. As Gloucester started their Ontario Cup run with a 7-0 win over Scarborough Olympic Flame. They then picked up a 1-0 victory over Panathinaikos, a 1-0 victory over defending men's Ontario Cup champions and local rivals Anthony St. Ottawa. As here's a long throw-in into the penalty area, a bit of a push-off, and that draws the referee's whistle. And then in the semi-finals against Polish Eagles Kitchener, a big 2-0 win for Celtic, and that is the road to the Cup final here for both of these squads, as we're in the 6th minute of action. Scoreless early on in this match, as a bit of a push-off, but play continuing, and a ball fed forward for Kewen, but he can't get to that, as he's met by a couple of red jerseys defending him in Salt and Dokic. Dokic plays ahead for Milosevic, who in turn goes right back to Big Z. The two exchange possession as it's fed back to the keeper, Smits. Switching it out wide for De Silva. He's closed down by Pang as Alben Velestegui gets a foot to it. But it's controlled by Celtic along the far touchline. Played towards Babineau as he switches to the near side for Bika Mumpaka. Over to Davies. Quick touch to Luca Piccoli. Back to Davies. He stabs at it sliding, but it's out of touch for a goal kick. Jason DaCosta, the head coach for Celtic, and from the goal kick, Celtic able to take possession as it's played ahead, but Kewen can't keep it in touch, and it's out for a Diavoli throw-in. Marco D'Alfonso, Ugofelli, the coaches for Mississauga AC Diavoli, who have never won an Ontario Cup men's final in their club history. And as we mentioned pregame, Gloucester winning twice. Off the top of my head, I believe it was 2013 and 2016 when Celtic hoisted the cup, and today they will try secure their third Ontario Cup men's final championship in club history. As Davies gets set to throw in over the first defender, and then Salt gets a foot to it. Keeper Smits comes off his line to collect. Alban Velestegi, his pass picked off, and Piccoli, he'll send one into the box, but Smits right there, and he'll take possession. He quickly throws out. As that one out of touch off of Nicholas Da Silva. Throw never went into play, so we'll retake that one. Controlled now by Evrer Chance. He lays it off as Luca Piccoli switches it out wide for Jethro Pang, but that out of his range and out for a throw-in. 10th minute of action here. As we are scoreless, thrown in by Da Silva to the keeper Smits. He looks to play a long ball. An aerial challenge, and Celtic have possession. Played over to Bikamumpaka, and it makes its way to Davies by way of Manginus. A rare chance. He gets tripped up, and that'll be a free kick to come here for Celtic in the attacking third, where an opportunity to cross one into the penalty area is imminent. So we'll see what Celtic can do with this free kick. Bezic, Evre's chance. He opts to leave the ball there for Jethro Pang. And Evre's chance will head into the box, along with a smattering of striped jerseys looking to get something to the impending cross here from Pang. Two-man wall defensively. Right-footed. Touch in, it's there. No one can get a foot to it. It's cleared to the top of the 18. Celtic maybe should have done better as the ball's sitting there and ever a chance in the area, but he was trying to fight his way through a couple of challenges. A bit of hesitation from the Diavoli backline, but ultimately the pressure goes by the wayside. Long distance attempt off the foot of Oliver Babineau, and that one rolls out for a goal kick. Coach DaCosta not particularly liking that shot decision there from Babineau, as Smits prepares to take the goal kick. He tees it up with the right foot. Milosevic there. He can't win the initial challenge, and now it's controlled by Davies. Evrer chance over to Bikamumpaka. Evrer chance got it back, but quickly it's taken away by Salt. Smits. The Diavoli keeper plays it across half, where it's met by the head of Sangster. Controlled now by Alban Velestegi. He switches to the near side for Da Silva. A hard collision draws the referee's whistle and maybe more, and it is a yellow card there issued to Adam Davies. Da Silva still down on the pitch, and he'll draw medical attention there as into the book goes the Celtic player in the 13th minute. A correction, as it's Not DaCosta on the bench today for Celtic, but Matt Williams. My apologies, as Williams at the helm on the bench. And good to see Da Silva popping up and able to shake that off. Denny Velestegui stands over top the ball for the free kick. Diavoli sending players into the box. The ball delivered, headed away, controlled by Kristic. And Celtic will have possession as it's played back to the keeper, Harrington. Julian Piccoli defensively making that pass. And now a throw-in here for Mississauga Diavoli. Taken quickly as Neil Da Silva tosses it long. Ellerton on the ball. He's swept away, and Celtic look to counter. Long ball sent across half as Kewen running onto it. Joey Kewen takes control, has one man with him in a rare chance. Tees up the left-footed strike, and Smith's down and making solid work of that attempt off the left foot of Joey Kewen. The Diavoli keeper sends it over the head of Alban Velestegui, but it's knocked out for a Diavoli throw. Good crowd on hand here for the 2021 Ontario Cup Men's Final. And a reminder that Toronto FC is the official founding premier partner of Ontario Soccer, as well as the presenting partner for the OPDL, the province's Youth High Performance League. Their commitment to the game in Ontario is unrivaled. Visit torontofc.com for tickets and more. Battle for possession along the far touchline, and it's knocked out of play as Nick Da Silva making... Or check that. That was Noel Ellerton knocking it off the Celtic player and out. As Neil Da Silva with a long throw into the area. It's headed away by Bikamumpaka. Da Silva closing down, left-footed cross, but that one behind the goal line, out for a goal kick. So Corey Harrington, the Celtic keeper, will take the goal kick. He plays it short over to Sangster, who in turn touches out wide for Julian Piccoli. He's got a short option there in Babineau, but they decide to switch it to the near side as now it's controlled by Davies. His left-footed ball played ahead. Kewen running onto it, pressure on his back, does well to take it down, and then it's cleared out for a corner on the defensive effort by Dokic. But nice job there by the Celtic striker Joey Kewen to take that long ball down on his chest and force the corner as it's played short from the corner. Bikamumpaka, now it's played into the middle. Sangster, right-footed attempt, that's blocked by Dokic as Diavoli try take possession. Initially nothing doing, loose ball as Denny Velestegui steps up to take it, and now he plays it out wide for Neil Da Silva. Alban Velestegui, he's closed down. That's going to be a foul as charging in for that challenge was Luca Piccoli. Free kick taken short. Alban Velestegui plays that one ahead for Jeff Alves, but it rolls out for a Celtic throw, and it's taken quickly as Phil Sangster has possession. Switched again to the near side as Davies starts to build up for Gloucester from the back. He plays a left-footed ball ahead over the range of Kewen, but he did well to force Big Z to head that one out. Davies, Kewen, tried to pick out a rare chance with the flick. It's missed, but they get it back, and then Davies' touch will stay in play as Smits opts to keep the play alive. And Diavoli will try switch and counter quickly up the far flank, but Alban Velestegi has to turn the ball back to his back line as Salt playing it ahead. Pressure now on the close from Celtic as Kristic nearly gave it away. He has it back now. Milosevic. He plays a good ball ahead, but offside is Ellerton. Couldn't quite time the run, and that puts an end to the counter chance for Mississauga AC Diavoli. Celtic play it short and quick as Babineau touches out wide. Nice job by Peng to take possession. Kewen gets it back for Peng on the overlap, but then a good challenge on the ball. De Silva's initial clearance blocked by Kewen, and then pressure turns it over. As that cross, trying to pick out a rare chance, he runs onto it, almost kept it in play, but it just crosses out for the goal kick. Issue with the placement of the water bottle inside the net, so it's moved out where it won't impede with any shot. Potential goal, and Smits will get us restarted with the goal kick. Right foot to the ball. Flicked over the half, but quickly picked up by Sangster. Touch ahead, Kewen making the run here, but tracking back defensively. Nice work there by Diavoli, as coming back to make the play was Slobodan Kristic. Adam Davies heads it back to Peter Manginis as he plays it out wide. Sangster running onto it. We get our first potential substitution of the match as Celtic get a reserve lining up at half. But here's a ball played to the near flank. A rare chance. He will be whistled for the offside. 21st minute of action, scoreless here in the 2021 Ontario Cup Men's Final. 2 more matches on the day here for our live broadcast, so make sure you stay tuned, as we've got games at 4 and 7 still on the docket. As there's a good long ball played ahead. Running onto it is Milosevic, but he commits a foul in the process, and it'll be a free kick here for Celtic. Kieran Sanders getting set to come into the match. As that ball played ahead, and running onto it is Pang. He tracks it down. Check that. That's Kewen. Kewen from his right foot gets around the first defender. Pulls back. One-time strike off Big Z's foot and comfortably into the hands of Smits, as Oliver Babineau let that shot go from the top of the penalty area. Denny Velestegi touching ahead for D'Souza. Nick D'Souza can't hold possession. Nice pass ahead for Pang, but then his touch intended for a rare chance out of range. Long ball sends Ellerton on a run. He looked like he may have been off, but the flag stays down. He puts pressure here, and out of touch for a Diavoli throw. Defended well that time by Celtic, as the lone man there challenging was Manginis. Here's a throw coming up for Diavoli, as it's Nick D'Souza getting set to toss it in. D'Souza gets it right back from the throw, and it's off the corner flag and out for a Mississauga throw-in. This time he plays it back for Velestegi. Denny Velestegi crosses in, headed down, and now Celtic will look to counter, but that long ball blocked and played over to the far wing by Alves, but he gives up possession in doing so. Jethro Pang takes it as he lays it off. Piccoli. Touch to the near side now was a rare chance. Sends a right-footed ball into the area, and that's headed away for a corner kick. Celtic certainly with the majority of possession here in the opening 23 minutes. Neither keeper tested too intensely yet. Smits has had to make a couple of saves. That corner played short by Pang. Crossed in. Kewen gets ahead. Off range. It's actually Velestigi coming up with it. Looked like it may have been a little more threatening from where we were, as now Piccoli picks it up. That's Luca Piccoli. Drops it back to Pang. Right back to Piccoli. Pang making the overlap. There's a ball in. Kewen with the header, and that's the best chance of the match so far. And a solid save there by Smits on that flick off the head of Joey Kewen. Kewen's been threatening. He certainly had a couple of good runs, a couple of good opportunities. Calls for a handball, but nothing doing. And then hauled down at the back was Kristich, so that'll be a free kick here for Diavoli. Denny Velestigi plays it quick, and he switches it out wide to Neil De Silva. Drops it back for Salt. As David Salt plays it back to De Silva. Celtic able to take possession now as it's played to Evrer Chance. Thought about squaring up potentially for a shot. Now he plays it out wide, intended for Pang. That's blocked. Pulled down as Celtic maintain possession. Out wide with Piccoli. He plays one into the area, running over it, but it's still danger as Evrer Chance takes possession in the penalty area. Top of the box, Kewen, left-footed strike. What a save! And then cleared for the corner. Tremendous save as John Smits stuck out the left hand and made a goal-saving stop on that strike from the top of the area by Joey Kewen. Corner kick to come here for Celtic. 25th minute of play. Crossed in, not the best quality corner, and it's cleared away by Alves. And knocked out for a Diavoli throw-in. And now Diavoli will make their first substitution of the match. Celtics still have not been able to get theirs in, but Mississauga will bring Chris Calderwood into this match. Check that. That's Anthony Doran. And coming out is Nick De Silva. So Doran into the match. He'll stay on the right wing and look to provide a potential attacking presence as he starts to track towards the ball, but Celtic have possession, and now they play it over to Evrer Chance. Evrer Chance turns and carries ahead, gets around Denny Velestigi, plays a ball into the area as Piccoli running onto it. Check that, that's Babineau who brought it down. Now Piccoli challenging, Pang there as well. As there's a cross into the area, but cleared away by David Salt and out for a Gloucester throw. And now Celtic will get their first change of the match as Adam Davies comes out and Kieran Sanders will take his place. Pang throws in and he tosses back as Piccoli crosses into the area. Dolkic gets ahead to it, and now it'll be controlled by Doran. Doran plays back to his keeper, Smits, who one touch with his right foot finds Milosevic. He flicks on. Ellerton tries to get it back to him, but dispossessed. An aerial challenge as a mistouch there from Diavoli. Could see a chance here for Celtic, but off the line comes the keeper, Smits, to collect. Kewen running onto it there for the boys in the white and green, but ultimately out of his range as Smits drop kicks it across half. Loses possession. Saunders, newly into the game, takes it as he tries to dribble around the defender. Picks out a rare chance with a good cross. Right-footed strike. Oh, and that just missed. If that dipped just a little bit more. That could have been the opening strike. Great presence of mind by Bezic Everett. Chance to take that attempt. And he just missed opening up the scoring in this one as we get a substitution coming here for Diavoli as Joe Vaz gets set to come into this match. And he replaces Alban Velestegui. His brother, Denny Velestegui, takes possession from the keeper on the goal kick, but ends up turning it over to Bikamumpaka, as now Sanders switches out wide. Julian Piccoli, back to Sanders. Kieran Sanders head up, looking for an option, sends a ball ahead intended for Kewen, but from an offside position he comes back to play it, and quickly the free kick taken by Diavoli, as Salt played it to D'Souza, who in turn goes back to the keeper Smits. His ball across the half line, bit of a shoulder in the back there, but fighting through the challenge was Babineau as Celtic have it with Sanders. Luca Piccoli plays into the middle for Babineau. Kewen, time to control, finds the option there as, dumped on the play and a free kick here. Celtic want a card for that challenge as their man was dumped. And this is going to be a dangerous free kick opportunity coming up, as it was Luca Piccoli, the man who was fouled on the play. He went head over heels there. I guess heels over head. His feet were taken out from him, and it was an awkward-looking collision. But a big free kick to come here for Celtic, as right now 3 players standing in the proximity of the ball, determining who will take the kick, as Everett Chance right in the middle of it. He's standing right over top. And they prepare to take the free kick with a 4-man wall set up defensively. Jethro Pang there on top of the ball as well, but I think Everett Chance will be the one to strike it here. Everett Chance lets it fly. Oh, what a save! I don't know. That was really close. Oh, I don't know. That's when you wish you had VAR technology, because from our vantage point, that was super close to crossing the line. Great job by Smits to dig it out. AR2 wasn't quite on the goal line. You can't blame him there. But man, that's as close as you get without it counting, as Smits pulls it, we'll call it off the line. He looked like he was going to be beaten on that free kick struck by Everett Chance, but man, tough break there for Celtic as they nearly pull ahead here in the 31st minute. Celtic from the bench continue to question that no call. Certainly a interesting moment in this match, and Celtic pressing on, trying to erase memories of that missed opportunity. Oh, great control here as Bikamumpaka nearly creating some individual magic, but in the end, the ball controlled by the keeper Smits. He plays it up the pitch, controlled by Diavoli as they try to get some offense going. Doran running onto the ball. Vaz, his only option. Doran trying to dribble through a couple of Celtic players, loses it, and now commits a foul and pulling them back. And a quick free kick taken by Celtic. They try to take advantage, but they turn the ball over in the process as it makes its way all the way back to the keeper. Kristich coming up with the initial interception, as now they try build out through Neil Da Silva. Should note that former Canadian national team player Julian de Guzman on the roster and on the bench right now for Gloucester Celtic. We'll see if he comes into this match and becomes a difference maker at some point, as we're currently scoreless here in the 33rd minute of action, as you're tuned into the 2021 Ontario Cup Men's Final. David Salt takes possession here for Mississauga AC Diavoli. His ball threads the needle, and it's picked up by Vaz. Quick touches as Alves feeds one through. Ellerton running onto it, but out of his range, and Corey Harrington, the Celtic keeper, comes off his line to clear it. Valesagi. Dokic looking up the pitch. No movement off the ball, so he'll draw it back to his keeper and also shout instructions to the teammates up the field. Smits plays it out to Valesagi. Again, head up, looking for an option. Minimal movement, so he carries it himself. Lays it off, but some miscommunication between Valesagi and Doran, and it's out for a Celtic throw-in. Babineau, he plays it over to Pang. Head up, one man to beat. He can't get around him, but the ball ricochets, and it's controlled by Celtic as Sanders gets it right back. Bikamumpaka there, but Sanders opts to lay it back for Manginas. He plays over to Sangster as Celtic gets set to bring a couple of substitutes in, including the aforementioned Julian de Guzman. Running onto the ball is Kewen, but he is offside. It'll be a trio of substitutes for Celtic at their next opportunity. I will take this opportunity to remind you that Ontario Soccer values fair play, and we share this common passion with our partners from Respect in Sport, the leading e-learning platform for the prevention of bullying, abuse, harassment, and discrimination. Learn more about their programs and start your Respect education journey today at respectgroupinc.com. Aerial challenge, nice job by Vaz to get in there for Diavoli, but he can't win possession as Piccoli, that's Julian Piccoli, clears the ball up the pitch. Only as far as Big Z, as Dokic looks to send Doran on a run. He was covered, so he pulls it back, and Diavoli will start to build up again through the back four. Diavoli playing a 4-4-2 today. Celtic with a 4-3-3, but the three up top kind of fluctuates. It's really Kewen as the lone man up top, but he's got service coming from both Evrer, Chance, and Pang. Big Z sends the ball ahead, running onto it. Vaz, he tries to get a foot in, but it's cleared only as far as the Celtic backline, and now Bikamumpaka tries to clear it away. Danger on his back, but Luca Piccoli takes possession and finds Jethro Pang with the pass. Sanders lays that one off to Julian Piccoli as he relinquishes possession to Sanders. Touch ahead for Luca Piccoli. He's got Sanders on the overlap, and he lays it off to him. Sanders plays a right-footed ball ahead intended for Kewen, but that one will roll out for a goal kick, and now we'll get the multiple substitutions coming here for Celtic. So coming into the match, Robert Murphy, Julian de Guzman, and Justin Dasa. And coming out for the time being will be Kewen, Babineau, and Pang. Diavoli playing short from the kick and working possession through the midfield as Vaz takes control. Tries to pick out Valesagi on the overlap, but they lose possession, and Julian de Guzman gets his first touches of this match. Sanders gets pulled down, a free kick to come here for Celtic. Sanders wanted to take it quick, and now he plays ahead for a rare chance. He stays on side, nice job, but then a heavy first touch with his right foot, and that allows Diavoli to clear the pressure as far as half before Bikamumpaka takes it back. He plays ahead for Sanders. A rare chance there as well. Sanders trying to tee up a shot with his right foot, lets it go, dipping and bouncing, but diving down to make the save, John Smits. Well, Smits has gotten better in this match as it's got on. He's been tested a little more frequently and a little higher degree of difficulty, including the one tremendous save he made off a great chance early. As there's a foul committed against Diavoli, so the free kick will come, quickly taken by Doran. Tries to pick out Ellerton with that cross, but it's headed away, and Dasa plays it out wide. He gets the ball right back as de Guzman slows it down and plays it out for Piccoli. Left-footed service by de Guzman, picked off. Nice defensive work there by Salt. Good challenge from behind, but coming away with it is Milosevic. Does well to dribble through a couple of white jerseys and get the ball back to his defender, who in turn plays it out for the Celtic throw. 40th minute here. First half of action as you're tuned into the 2021 Ontario Cup Men's Final. Scoreless so far in this game between AC Diavoli from Mississauga and Gloucester Celtic from Ottawa. As Celtic have possession, and they work it through here with Dasa. Justin Dasa lays it off for Bikamumpaka. A rare chance. Finds Bikamumpaka on the overlap. He crosses in. Saunders tries to get around the last man, who desperately tries to head it away. Saunders shot right on, parried. Rebound cleared. Good block there. What a stop by Neil De Silva. After his keeper Smits made a tremendous save. The rebound right to Luca Piccoli, but Neil De Silva with a goal-saving defensive block. And now a corner kick to come here for Celtic. They've had, off the top of my head, probably 4 corners here in the first half already. Another one. As Piccoli, Julian Piccoli delivers it in. That cross falls to Saunders, his left-footed volley, a second chance. Oh, what a save! Second opportunity, and that one goes awry. Incredible reactionary saves from John Smits. He's got reflexes like a cat right now. Spectacular stuff there. As that last chance was redirected maybe about 7 yards from goal, and somehow he had the reflexes to stick the right hand out and make that save. The ball was cleared out, and it'll be a Celtic throw in here in the 42nd minute as a rare chance looks to toss into the penalty area. Knocked down. Dasa lays it off. Piccoli, his right-footed strike, met by the defensive challenge of Milosevic, and another corner kick to come here for Celtic. The sun's starting to break through the cloud cover a little bit more, warming up a little bit now as well. As it'll be Kieran Sanders heading over to take the corner here for Celtic. 5 striped jerseys in the penalty area. Sanders delivers the cross. Velestigi a foot to it. Dasa takes control. He lays it off for Julian Piccoli. Plays it out wide to Sanders. He looks to cross back in now. He pulls it to his left foot. That initially blocked, but calls for a handball as the volley off a Diavoli player tracking towards the back line, but Doran does well to keep it in. He ends up giving it away, though. Ever a chance. Teeing up the right-footed cross in over Dasa's head and running onto it. Unable to get a foot to it was Robert Murphy. But lots of positive build-up here and good play from Celtic here as they've come on looking stronger and stronger in the first half. We still await the opening goal of this men's 2021 Ontario Cup final. Two more matches on our live broadcast schedule as well, 4 o'clock and 7 o'clock. So stay tuned here on the Ontario Soccer live streaming channel all day long. And of course, make sure you follow us across social. Well, we're into the 44th minute of play, and a reminder that today's Ontario Cup action is fueled by Gatorade. Rehydrate, replenish, and refuel during halftime. Julian de Guzman, he lays that one off as Dasa opts to play it out wide. Sangster touching it over to Sanders. Tries to pick out a runner onto the ball, but it's misplayed by the Diavoli center back Dokic and knocked out for a corner kick. Julian Piccoli overtopped the ball for Celtic to take the corner. Murphy on top of the keeper. Smith's off his line, a little collision, but he does well to battle through and hold possession. Ever Chance, the man there for Celtic. Doran takes possession now for Diavoli. Good touch to see Vaz through. Ellerton, no movement off the ball, so Vaz has to take it himself up the flank. Looks for the referee's call and gets the throw-in. Good job by Bikamumpaka to slide back and get a foot in. Otherwise, that would have been clear through for Ellerton. As Sangster plays it out wide for Julian Piccoli. Murphy, Sanders, a couple of red jerseys on his back, but he does well to play the ball ahead, but unable to get to it is Murphy, and it's controlled by the keeper Smith, who quickly plays it out. Neil De Silva touching ahead as they find Alves with the ball. He plays a left-footed long ball, but it's easily dealt with by the Celtic backline as Vaz was running onto it, but ultimately couldn't gain reception. Milosevic. Quick touches here as Kristich lays it off to D'Souza, who in turn goes to Milosevic. Velesigi wanted a switch of the play, but instead they played ahead for Ellerton, who's battling. And with two white jerseys converging on him, predictably Celtic come away with possession. So there you go, a minimum of 1 minute of added time to be added here in the first half. Scoreless so far in this men's Ontario Cup final. Ever Chance brings the ball ahead. Gets around the first challenge from Velesigi. Referee says his advantage as he lays it off to Dasa. Played out wide for Murphy. Overlap option in Julian Piccoli. He plays the cross in, but it's on top of the goal and out for a goal kick. Actually, there was a foul on the cross into the area. Saunders whistled for it, so no opportunity to make a substitution, as Matt Williams wanted to bring Kewen back in, but there's the halftime whistle, and at the break, the teams will head to their respective dugouts scoreless. Folks, stay tuned. The second half of action is coming up as you're tuned in to the men's final here at the 2021 Ontario Cup.
What will tomorrow look like? Will it be what you expected? Or something you never could have predicted? Will it be frightening or exciting? Is it the reason you can't sleep at night? Or the reason you get up in the morning? Tomorrow will be all of these things. With Hub, you have a partner today who supports you as you write your tomorrow. And we will protect you when you get there. Because the truth is, tomorrow is a gift. And we want you to be ready for it.
The C License course is the first step into the Canada Soccer Coaching License stream. This course will take you towards all of the Canada Soccer Coach licenses. You will learn the role of the coach, how to plan a session safely, use coaching methodology to provide feedback to players and improve their decision making. Entry to this course requires a Learn to Train or Soccer for Life. This is a major step for coaches to help their players develop to higher levels of the game in Canada.
The OPDL is a pathway for players to be able to excel in a standard-based league. It's player-centered, and we feel that this is the best approach to help develop players for opportunities at the next level.
Playing in the OPDL league has helped me shape me into the player I am today because of how high the intensity is during everything. So every game, every practice, you have to bring 100% to everything that you do, which really helps for going to university because you want to get a starting position, you want to start on the field, play the whole game, so no matter what you do, bringing 100%.
The opportunities for OPDL athletes can vary. When they move forward from the OPDL, there are many opportunities such as our provincial program in League One Ontario, where our best athletes can graduate to, or national team programs. You have professional soccer, such as the likes of Toronto FC and their academy program, the new Canadian Premier League, and for the student athlete, there's also Canadian college, youth sports in Canada, and NCAA opportunities in the US.
Charity Shield, that's a really big thing. The best teams come together, and it gets broadcasted, so that was a really big part because all the universities that were interested in me watched it, and I got lots of offers after that.
The OPDL is preparing me by putting me on a pathway to building me up to the provincial team, pushing me towards Toronto FC and potentially the national team.
OPDL players become exposed to university opportunities through several programs. We have OPDL on campus. Players can also be scouted through the OPDL scouting weekends. Provincial teams is a great opportunity as well through the projects and competition versus Quebec. University coaches will come and scout the players at these events, as well as national staff and pro academies. So there's lots of opportunities for OPDL players to be scouted at the collegiate level.
I just think the OPDL has great exposure because the quality is so high of the coaches and players. It always entices university coaches to come out and watch us, or national team coaches to come out and watch us. And so I just believe the OPDL has provided the environment for coaches to want to come watch us.
Female athletes have a lot of great options playing in the OPDL. It's the segue for them to move forward into a national youth teams program. And they would first do that by starting off by trying to make it within the provincial teams program. If they're successful that way, players will be brought into the Ontario Super Centre in Markham, where they'll train on a full-time basis and then be known as being our national youth team players from this province that possibly could play into a national Excel environment. Male players in the OPDL have similar options as the female. The process usually starts from an OPDL moving to a provincial environment to possibly be scouted by the likes of a TFC Academy at the pro environment or the national teams youth team program. There are opportunities for these athletes.
I'm looking forward to becoming a pro, and joining TFC is the step towards going to that.
It tries to put you in a more professional environment. The competition level is really what pushed me to be who I am now.
I believe the OPDL has given me a good opportunity to play among the best players, be exposed to the best coaches, and have just a great training environment. And I just think in comparison to other leagues, the OPDL has just been providing me with the best environment to be able to get me where I am today.
The Active Start course is for anyone involved in soccer who wants to better support a child ages 3 and 4 years old. Those taking the course will learn how to engage children through soccer with age-appropriate, fun and safe soccer activities. The aim of these soccer activities is to become familiar with a soccer ball while being in a child-friendly environment and connecting with a significant adult in their life. Come be a part of helping kids fall in love with the game. The Learn to Train course is for people who want to take the first step towards becoming a trained coach in Ontario. This is one of the courses that will teach you training activities in small-sided games for U9 and U12 girls and U10 and U12 boys. Coaches who successfully complete Learn to Train, along with other required courses of Make Ethical Decisions, Respect in Sport, and Making Headway, will be qualified to train at the recreational and development level. This is the start for any coach to understanding all areas of long-term player development. The Soccer Fitness Coach Diploma is designed to help all coaches understand how to better develop their players physically. Learning about periodization, training load, work-to-rest ratios, as well as understanding the physiology behind developing well-balanced players will not only help them play better, but gives players a much better chance of playing soccer for life. Entry to this course requires Learn to Train or Soccer for Life, or an academic degree in kinesiology or physiology. If you're a soccer coach or even a fitness coach, join us in learning how to create fitter, faster, and stronger players. The Goalkeeper Coach Diploma provides you with essential skills required to coach goalkeepers. You will learn to coach the major techniques that goalkeepers need to be successful, design game-like activities, and have more confidence in helping your goalkeeper become a better version of themselves. This is the first step into becoming a specialized coach of goalkeepers. Video 10. Analytical Activity, Creating Space. This video will demonstrate the importance of an analytical activity and how to create one based on the area of the field you are working within.
Okay boys, so we're going to look at an analytical activity here. We're going to look at creating space. So the ball's going to start with our neutral player. So we have two neutral players on either end. Neutral player is going to play in to a green player to receive the ball to start with. And freeze. The green players are now going to look to...
All right, soccer fans, welcome back to the Ontario Soccer Centre Stadium field as we get you set for the second half of kickoff here at the 2021 Ontario Cup Men's Final. And a big thank you to Ontario soccer partner Soccer Express for their first-class support as Canada's premier soccer apparel and equipment dealer. Soccer Express has everything needed to take your game to the next level. Visit soccerx.com to check out the latest gear from Adidas, Nike, Puma, Admiral, and more. So second half of action kicks off, and it's a scoreless draw right now between Gloucester Celtic and AC Diavoli from Mississauga. Celtic in those iconic green and white striped kits as that ball played ahead, intended for Kewen, but out of his range and knocked out for a throw. The sun really bursting through now as we're starting to get some good sunshine on the field, and the crowd draws an applause to the music being stopped and the action resuming as the ball hauled down here by Celtic as Nate Yahia had it. That one played but headed away by Da Silva. As Neil Da Silva there defensively initially for Diavoli. It knocks off of him. He has to try hold here against Babineau. As Docic, they give it away. Dasa fights through the challenge, but the referee whistles it down. He may have had an advantage, but it's called for the foul. And Celtic will have a set piece here to start the second half just outside the penalty area. As Julian Piccoli and Oliver Babineau currently standing over top the ball. A two-man wall sets up defensively for Diavoli as it's now just Babineau over top the ball for Celtic, and he'll look to cross one in here. From the free kick. Movement off the ball. Babineau plays it right into the middle. It's headed away to the top of the 18 where Celtic take control. They play it back in. Dasa running onto it. Flag stays down. He plays it back to Babineau. Left-footed ball into Kewen. Knocked to the line and crossed in, but it's held by the hands of John Smith, who is a big reason why this game is still scoreless. He made at least 3 10-bell saves in the first half of this match. He was actually spectacular on a couple of those saves. One of them, a reactionary save off the line. I mean, a spectacular save. The former professional keeper, and he continues to keep his team in this match as they try to defend this press here from Celtic, but it's knocked out of play. It's called for an offside, so a free kick will come for Diavoli. Denny Valestigi over top the ball to take the free kick. Running onto it is Vaz, but Joe Vaz unable to get it. Now it's played ahead for him. Right-footed volley from distance, top of the 18. Kind of rushed that opportunity and really didn't make the most of it. A bit of a mishit off his shin and an easy save for Harrington. Julian de Guzman plays it ahead for Dasa, who turns and makes the touch to Ever Chance. Near side as Babineau takes possession. Crossing in. Diving header! Oh, what a goal! Spectacular! Absolute brilliance! The diving header finished by Justin Dasa. And Celtic take a 1-0 lead here in the 50th minute. A tremendous cross delivered by Babineau. Dasa left all alone at the far post. A diving header as the backline for Diavoli lost track. And Dasa gets the difference maker here in the 50th minute to put Celtic up. And a chance to potentially win their third Men's Ontario Cup Championship in their club's history. Founded in 1999 as Celtic take the 1-0 lead here in the 50th minute. A brilliant finish by Dasa diving onto that header. That's one of the prettiest goals we will see this weekend. Not the best goal we've seen this weekend, though. I think that was reserved for the under-17 boys game, that insane finish by the Milton Magic center back, Naziri. But here in this men's final, it's Dasa who gets to the end of the header and puts Celtic up 1-0, and now they're working for more as Kewen fights off the challenge from Salt. Kewen taking the ball, but he plays it behind Dasa, and now a chance for Diavoli to counter, but that clearance attempt from Alves blocked and pinballed and headed back to the keeper, Smits, who for the first time today has been beaten as the former FC Edmonton keeper, who again made so many spectacular saves in the first half, and if not for his efforts, could have been a 2 or 3 goal lead for Celtic at the break. Not much he could have done on that one as the back line in front of him losing track of Dasa, beat by the diving header. Here's Kewen. He's closed down and the ball taken away by Diavoli. John Smits out of his box, trying to advance his team up the pitch, but again, just no movement off the ball right now for Diavoli as Ever Chance takes possession for Celtic. Playing it back as looking up the pitch for the delivery. Kewen running on to that long ball as he takes it towards the corner. Kewen challenged by Big Z, and it's knocked out for a corner kick. Samir Nate Yaha with the long ball ahead for Kewen. Bezic Ever Chance getting set to deliver the corner kick here for Celtic. Left-footed in-swinger, but that's easily cleared away. The ball across half and out. No, it stays in play. Celtic will hold it and build up through the back line as de Guzman touches over to Nate Yahia. Piccoli Julian Piccoli trying to pick out Kewen on the run. He collapses underneath the pressure of the Diavoli defender Salt, and Smits takes control for Mississauga. The keeper plays a right-footed ball up the pitch, flicked on by Ellerton. As de Guzman battling there against Ellerton. Ellerton winning that battle. As the striker for Diavoli works his way into the penalty area, crosses it low and hard, but it's cleared away for the corner kick, as I believe that was Sangster there defensively. So Mississauga AC Diavoli with an upcoming corner kick. They've not shown much creativity up front. They really haven't had any quality chances yet. We'll see if they can generate something off this corner kick as we're in the 54th minute of action and they trail 1-0. Good cross coming in. Headed is Vaz, but he puts it over top the net, out for a goal kick. But nice idea there on the corner from Diavoli as Vaz elevated up for that chance. Harrington takes the goal kick. Right-footed effort as Nate Yahia takes it down. Playing it ahead now for Babineau. Good ball ahead, but Salt gets positioning on Kewen, and it'll be controlled by the keeper, Smits. Smits playing it out wide as Doran takes it. He plays it back for Velestegi. Salt. Miscommunication there, and the ball turned over as Dasa tries to feed it ahead for Babineau. He tracks back to get a foot to it, but in the end it's controlled by De Silva for Diavoli. Milosevic, he finds a man in the middle as Alves was there. Salt holds possession. Diavoli trying to build up here. Neil De Silva plays into the middle as Kristic draws back for Milosevic, who in turn plays it out wide as Dokic, Big Z, steps up around the first challenge, working his way through the middle of the pitch, laying it off to Ellerton, who lost possession. Nice sliding challenge there by Vaz, knocks it out wide, and Doran keeps it in play. His cross into the area, Harrington off his line, but a foul there as coming in for the challenge was Jeff Alves, and it'll be a free kick for the Celtic keeper. But a little bit of life there from AC Diavoli as they start to look a little bit threatening after giving up the opening tally. Long ball played up the pitch as Joey Kewen runs onto it and tracks it down. Does well to hold possession. That stays in play. Kewen tracking towards the top of the 18, loses it, but Babineau picks it up, finds Dasa, who in turn lays it off to a rare chance. His pass knocked down, and now controlled by Milosevic, who plays a quick touch ahead for Ellerton. Vaz making a run on the last defender there. Oh, he misplays it. Vaz one to beat the keeper, and Harrington darts his leg out to make that save after the miscue on the pass back coming off the foot of Manginis, and Celtic lucky that didn't end up in the back of their own net after Vaz picked up the loose ball. Celtic slowing it down as a rare chance plays it to De Guzman, who in turn goes out wide. Drawn back for De Guzman into the middle, a rare chance as Nate Yahia, and the subsequent pass ends up out of touch for a Diavoli throw-in. 58th minute of action as you're tuned into the 2021 Ontario Cup Finals weekend. We are here in the men's final with Celtic winning right now 1-0 over Diavoli as Diavoli take the ball ahead. Salt laying it off to Kristic. He's closed down by Nate Yahia. So he lays it off to Dokic. And it's now controlled by Velestegi. Denny Velestegi sends a right-footed ball ahead, but no one in red around that, and it'll be controlled by the keeper, Harrington. Again, a big play moments ago by the keeper for Celtic, Corey Harrington, who, after realizing the pass back from Manginas didn't quite have the appropriate weight on it, came out of his area, knowing he couldn't use his hands, stuck his right leg out and made a big save, and now the other keeper, Smits, has to come out of his area to play this and clear the danger, and he works his way up the touchline. Pretty nice job there by the keeper, Smits. And he did well to play it in a position where they couldn't catch him off his line either. Kewen, a rare chance. On his right foot, he fights off the one challenge, plays ahead for Kewen, a little heavy on the touch. He stays onside and keeps it in. Joey Kewen drawing to his left foot, shot right on. Smits with the initial save, and then the rebound, still danger present as Kewen crosses in, and now it's headed out for the corner. No question about it. John Smits right now player of the game for AC Diavoli. The keeper is, well, without his efforts, this would be far more than just a one-goal spread. As Celtic gets set to take the corner as Julian Piccoli stands in place for the set piece. Into the 60th minute of action. As Piccoli delivers the cross. Headed as Alves got to it. That should be another corner, and it is. Referee checks on Alves' well-being after a bit of a collision there. Well, we've got a message coming up from the Ontario Dairy Farmers, and we'll get to it just after this corner kick attempt as Piccoli squares up the right-footed cross, headed in the air by a rare chance. He had thoughts of bicycling it, but no opportunity to. And now Bikamumpaka tries to cross it in. Knocked down. He gets it right back. Sangster running onto it. Right-footed strike, and that one out for a goal kick. But nice job by Sangster to step up the defender in there for an offensive chance. Substitution coming here. 3 of them coming for Celtic. Well, new this year, the Dairy Farmers of Ontario, representing Ontario's 3,400-plus dairy producers and their families, has joined Ontario Soccer as a community partner and the exclusive title partner of the Milk Up Ontario Soccer Future Leaders program. This program is based on the 3 pillars of celebration, recognition, and development to support Ontario soccer youth leaders. Keep your eyes on OntarioSoccer.net, where the deserving 2021 Milk Up Future Leaders will be announced soon. Smits plays it out from the goal kick, a trio of Celtic substitutions. Pang coming back into this game amongst them, replacing Kewen. Milosevic, Diavoli play the ball up the touchline, but Sangster makes easy work as he plays it back to his keeper. Harrington. Manginas. He nearly gives it away as Doran running onto it, but closed down once again by the Celtic center back, and now he dribbles it up as Peter Manginas looking for an option. Drops it off as Luca Piccoli switches, tries to pick out Pang with the ball. Initially intercepted. Now it's in a position where it'll roll out for a Diavoli throw. Ellerton with pressure on his back. Gets around the first challenge and Sangster. Piccoli tracking him down, and then, tough break for Ellerton as he got the ball cut up in his own feet, lost his footing, and then a very easy foul call against him as it was a clear two-handed push, and really one out of frustration there from Ellerton, as things just haven't quite gone the way of Mississauga AC Diavoli today. And you have to give Celtic credit for continuing to press. They've had the bulk of possession. They've really dictated the pace of play in this match. Diavoli, it feels like they've just been responding, and a a lack of anticipation, a lack of creativity. It's a reason why they're trailing 1-0 as Pang receives that pass. Celtic pressing, trying to double their lead. Pang getting around the first challenge. Crosses in. Oh, a deflection by Denny Velestigi. Clears the danger to the top of the 18, but now Luca Piccoli has it. He tees it up off the bar. Oh, he had Smits beaten with that strike, but the bar coming to the keeper's rescue. It actually was Oliver Babineau who teed up that beautiful strike. Crossed in, that one knocked down. Nate Sahia, he lets one fly, and that one just goes over top the bar as well as a Diavoli player down on the far side. And that looks to be Anthony Doran. It looks like he'll need a change. Coach Marco D'Alfonso gets set to bring a change in place of the injured Doran as Alban Vuktilaj gets set to come into this match. So Alban Vuktilaj back into the match for AC Diavoli, as the keeper Smits gets set to take the goal kick. A bit of a issue with one of the Celtic players, as that's Luca Piccoli, who's got a bit of blood on his arm, so they'll have to contain the cut, and as a result, Kieran Sanders will take his place. Piccoli getting treatment now from the medics on site. 65th minute of play. Smits plays it short from the goal kick to De Silva. Kristich over to Denny Velestigi. His ball ahead, trying to pick out Vaz, but it's turned over. Now Vaz gets it through to Ellerton. He's got to run on to this. Piccoli and Pang closing Ellerton down. Ellerton touches back. There's the cross, but it lacked quality, and it's easily controlled now by Celtic as Samir Nate Yahia plays a ball ahead. Jethro Pang running onto it. Gets there ahead of Salt, and Salt with a well-timed sliding tackle knocks it out for the throw. From the throw, Celtic find it with Sanders. He plays a right-footed cross into the area. Ever Chance running onto it, onside. Back heel flick, but he couldn't pick out Dasa with that, and Smits comes off his line to collect. Now Denny Velestigi streaking up the flank, looking to send a run ahead as that ball played out of touch, out for a throw, as Vuktilaj was the one running onto it for Diavoli. So Mississauga AC Diavoli trailing here 1-0 in the approaching later stages of this match. Take a throw in and toss it into the penalty area. Alves heads it on. Vaz tried to hit it with his left. Now he pulls it to his right. Milosevic couldn't get a clean knock on it. Salt steps up. He makes the touch over to Kristich. As under pressure, Dolkic nearly gave it away. Now it's crossed in. There's a touch off the bar! Oh, what a great opportunity for Milosevic. A second effort. And there's a volley that gets blocked. Headed on Milosevic. Right on it. Harrington off his line. Two huge saves in the last 30 seconds from Corey Harrington. And this keeps the game at 1-0. I mean, massive stops from Harrington, including that first one off Milosevic. And then no fear as he charged off his line to collect the ball on the second attempt. Celtic want to get a substitution in here, but we're going to have a caution issued for David Salt He must have said something or done something behind the play, more likely dissent the cause of the card. As he draws the referee's ire, and into the book he goes here in the 68th minute. Celtics still want to get the sub in as they try to bring Luca Piccoli back into this match after he gets bandaged up, his right elbow. And he will replace Samir Nate Yahia. Still a lot of discussion between Salt, the center back for Diavoli, and the match official in the middle. As cooler heads prevail, and we will get a throw in here for Celtic. Approaching the 70th minute of action. As Kristic steps up to clear the ball, but Piccoli right there to take possession. Cross towards the area. Nice job by the Diavoli back in Sloban Djokic to clear it away. And now the ball out of touch for a Diavoli throw-in. Joey Vaz takes possession from the throw. As they play it back to Da Silva. He in turn tries to pick out the run from Vuktilaj, but he came from an offside position, and now Celtic play it short from the free kick. Babineau tries to send Pang on a run, but that ball to no man's land, and Smits comes out of his area to collect possession. Milosevic, he had that great chance a few minutes ago for Diavoli. Now he plays it back to Djokic, who ends up turning it over to Pang. Jethro Pang with room to run. Kristic closes him down. Pang tries to pick out Sanders with the pass, but mistimes it. Good tackle there from Salt, and then he does well to compose himself and not lunge for the extra tackle, especially after picking up that yellow card minutes ago. Sanders dribbles his way through a couple of red jerseys to his left foot, pulls to his right, and he buries it! Oh, what a brilliant individual effort there as Kieran Sanders makes it 2-0 for Celtic. It looked like the play may have been broken down, and I think Diavoli got caught ball watching as Sanders dribbled his way around 3 or 4 red jerseys and really marched his way straight up the middle of the pitch. Hardly a touch to him, and all of a sudden he was one-on-one with the keeper Smits. He drew it to his right foot and placed it low and away from the keeper, and just like that, Celtic have a 2-0 lead after Sanders scores in the 71st minute of action. And a reminder that Sports Engine is the official technology partner of Ontario Soccer and the leading provider of sport relationship management software for youth and amateur sports. Check out sportsengine.com/solutions to see how they can help keep your club running in stride on and off the pitch this season. See, I told you guys I'd get it the second time around. But they definitely changed that read this year. That backslash was not in there last year. AC Diavoli trying to respond, but that one called for the offside as the man up making the run, Milosevic, all he could do was put his palm skyward and shrug his shoulders, knowing that he got caught in an offside position. Wow, a great goal there from Sanders. And Celtic are now that much closer to claiming their 3rd Ontario Cup Men's Championship title in club history. This club formed in 1999. They've won twice prior and up 2-0 here in the 73rd minute of action. They are looking poised to claim the title for the 3rd time in club history. But they've got more work to do before the job is done, and they start to build up along the far flank, playing it ahead for Babineau. Julian de Guzman touching it back now. As Babineau plays into the middle for Luca Piccoli. He in turn plays to his brother Julian Piccoli. Touched ahead as Pang picks out Sanders, who's got that second goal of the match. Pang whips a right-footed cross in, and that's headed away and out for a corner kick. So Celtic will slow it down here as Sanders gets set to take the corner kick. Sanders delivers the in-swinger. Whistled down for a foul as Evrer Chance a little too aggressive. And the ball will go to AC Diavoli on the free kick. AC Diavoli playing it out to Denny Velestegui, now trailing 2-0. They've got to find a way to get some offense going, but that's not going to yield anything as an offside called against Ellerton. Babineau. Dasa, who got the opening goal for Celtic, loses possession this time. Milosevic takes control. He touches into the middle, flicked back by Ellerton, as that shot off the left foot of Alves, but calmly into the hands of the keeper, Harrington, who quickly bowled it out. And now it's up with a rare chance. He plays into the middle for Dasa. The overlap from Babineau takes possession, picks out Saunders. He's got room to run with it. Saunders in all alone. Off the line comes Smits to collect. Good heads-up goalkeeping there, as that may have been a chance for the brace for Saunders, and maybe he should have teed up a strike a little bit earlier, but he wanted to dance around Smits again, and this time the keeper got the better of the striker. Julian Piccoli, he plays one in, looking for Dasa on the aerial attempt, but the header goes out for the goal kick. So a substitution coming here as Diavoli gets set to bring two players into the fray, including bringing Nicholas Da Silva back into the mix and Chris Calderwood as well. Kristich coming out. As Da Silva back in. Celtic gets set to bring Joey Kewen back into this match. He was a threatening force up front in the first half for Celtic, creating a number of opportunities, especially inside the opening 25 minutes of the match. But he was on the bench when both of their goals were scored, and he'll get set to come back into play here. David Salt playing it as it's touched ahead for Vuctelage. He quickly plays back as Diavoli with some good quick touch passing, but they end up losing it, and now here goes Celtic on the counter. Sanders, room to run. He's got Pang making the overlap, picks him out. Pang on his right foot, looks to cross to the far post, and that's cleared off the line. Good defensive tracking there by Neil Da Silva, as he did a great job splitting there between the man and the ball and clearing the ball when appropriate. And now we'll get Joey Kewen back into this match, replacing Justin Dasa, who has the opening goal here in what could stand up to be the game winner. Kewen onto the pitch, left-footed attempt. Smits there with the calm hands to make the save. So a correction, there was Andrew Bryan coming out of the match on the substitution in place of Kewen. As Bryan doing a nice job up front, and now Kewen on the ball here for Celtic. He gets hauled down, an easy call for the official. They wanted to take it quickly, Babineau did, but he'll opt to take some time off the clock and set up a quality attempt from a dangerous position. And a chance here to make it 3-0 for Celtic as we're into the 78th minute of action. A rare chance. Sanders, Babineau, all around the ball, getting set to take the free kick. A 5-man wall sets up defensively for AC Diavoli. Sanders on the ball, takes the strike, and Smits makes easy work of that attempt. Again, just stagnant off the ball from Diavoli, almost no movement at all. You could see Smits didn't even know where to go with it just because no options presenting themselves. Diavoli have got to start to show some sort of urgency if they want to change this outcome. Celtic are a little more than 11 minutes away, plus any additional time from being crowned your 2021 Ontario Cup Finals men's champions. As they lead this match 2-0, and they play it back to the keeper, Harrington. Sangster. Head up, looking for a delivery on a long ball. He picks out Sanders, but he's offside, and a chance now for Diavoli to maybe do something. But instead they play it short. D'Souza out wide to Velestegui. Touched ahead as Vaz has it. Overlap from Milosevic, but he can't track it, and once again, Harrington, the keeper for Celtic, taking control. The AC Diavoli bench trying to urge their guys on. We've got a player along the far line for Diavoli down. There's a couple of Celtic players coming over to their dugout to get a bit of water and a bit of a respite here as we're into the 81st minute of action. Milosevic, the player for Diavoli, who comes off the pitch due to the injury. And coming in his place was Dokic as Celtic move it over to Luca Piccoli. Sanders plays it back, and now they try to pick out Kewen on the run. All over the back of De Silva, but nice clearance by the keeper, Smits. Joe Vaz, he can't win that 50-50, as coming away with it was Bikamumpaka. And now a rare chance. Plays it right back to Bikamumpaka. Piccoli. Sanders. Tries to feed it through for Pang, but that's intercepted and cleared out to half. Vaz can't track it down, and Celtic have possession, but one of their defenders there pulling up with a little bit of a limp. We'll keep an eye, as it looks like he can walk it off. Julian Piccoli playing it to his brother Luca, who in turn goes back to him. Now it's with a rare chance. Sanders tries to send Kewen on the run. Nice job by Kewen to drag it down with his left foot and take possession here for Celtic. Finds the overlap option. Bikamumpaka. He draws back for Sanders. Top of the 18, corner of the box. Pulls over to Luca Piccoli, and he scores! What a strike! Brilliant strike there as Sanders sets up Piccoli, A low, hard driving strike caught Smits just a little bit flat-footed there, and Celtic pick up their third goal of the match. They make it 3-0, and here in the 83rd minute, they look to hoist their third Ontario Cup Final men's title. Excellent finish there by Luca Piccoli as he stepped up and, without hesitation, drilled that right-footed strike low and hard and past the outstretched hands of Smits. Well, club manager Matt Williams is all smiles right now as his Gloucester Celtic side lead 3-0 here in the late stages of this match. AC Diavoli, they need a miracle now. Valesky plays near side as they try to get something going up the pitch. Vuktilaj, he laid that one off to Kristich. Under pressure, good sliding challenge there from Bikamumpaka. Ball played ahead. Salt trying to close. Kewen all over the back of Salt. Off his line comes Smits, and he'll get the right-footed clearance up the pitch for Diavoli. Bikamumpaka sticks the left foot in, got a foot to it, and now we've got a player pulling up for Diavoli. It's Nick De Silva. Never actually dropped down, but the referee comes to check him out. And a chance for us to remind you that soon another deserving team will engrave their name into Ontario Cup history and receive their medals, hoisting the beautiful Ontario Cup trophy created by Nothers, the award store. For more than 50 years, Nothers, the award store, has been a leading supplier of awards and recognition products across Ontario, offering complete assistance from program concept planning all the way to product delivery. See how they can help your organization at nothers.com. David Salt plays the ball ahead. Luca Piccoli heads off and receives a big bear hug from his manager, Matt Williams, who says, "Get over here," knowing that Piccoli's goal more than likely clinching this cup championship. But here go Diavoli, crossing a ball into the area, but Harrington putting his hands up and corralling that calmly. Tough break there. Pang gets called for a handball, quickly taken by Diavoli, as there's a right-footed strike, but dipping and dropping away from goal after it came off the foot of Alban Vuktilaj. Celtic will get a change here as Babineau comes out of this match, and he had himself quite a game today. De Silva back in, Julian de Guzman coming back into the match, as well as Justin Dasa, who opened up the scoring for Celtic here early in the second half of action. Bikamumpaka and Babineau, the two players, subbed out in place of Dasa and Julian de Guzman. As that ball finds its way to Kewen. He tries to feed one ahead for Everett Chance, but David Salt heads it down. Dasa now takes control. De Guzman. Julian Piccoli. Over to Julian de Guzman. Dasa, de Guzman. 87th minute of action. As Samir Nate Yahia plays ahead for Everett Chance. He finds Kewen. Left-footed strike parried away by the safe hands of Smits. Well, a great effort from both clubs here today, but really today's match, this men's final, it felt like from start to finish was in control of Celtic, as from the corner, nearly another one, but straight up in the air. Everett Chance, incredible that didn't go in the net, considering how close he was. Somehow it went straight up in the air. and Smits pulls it down, but ultimately it would not have had a huge impact here on the final result, as Celtic leading 3-0 here in the 88th minute. Switched out wide to the far flank as David Velestegui takes possession, crosses back to the near side. Running onto it is Ellerton, but he came from an offside position. Corey Harrington trotting over to pick up the ball, as can't imagine there'll be too much added time here. A couple of knocks, maybe 2 to 3 minutes, I would guess, but we wait word from the fourth as Celtic play the ball short from the free kick. Nate Yahia. Up the flank is Everett Chance, received it from Davies. Davies gets it back. Dasa. Kewen running onto it, and he'll take it at the corner. Kewen over to Sanders. He's closed down by De Silva. The Celtic just toying here. Kewen, low cross in. Danger cleared, as I believe it was Salt who got a foot to it for Diavoli. Davies. Quick touch back. Everett Chance tees up a right-footed strike, but that one doesn't threaten, and out for a goal kick. Well, we are in the 90th minute of action, and for their third time in club history at the Ontario Cup Finals at the men's level, it looks like Ottawa Gloucester Celtic will be crowned champions as they lead this match 3-0. It's all but a formality now, as Diavoli just lacked the creativity and the energy needed. They never really found their pace. They never really found their comfort level. They had a couple of threatening chances, but really none more than a handful. Although here could be a goal, as deking around the keeper and chipping it in for Diavoli is Alben Vuctelage. So never say never, I suppose. It's 3-1 as Vuctelage gets one back after the defensive miscue by Celtic, ruining the clean sheet there for Harrington. So could this be the start of the miracle for Diavoli? Will the Devils get a miracle? I don't think that's very likely. But they get one back. As a good ball played ahead for Kewen. He's in all alone. And Kewen pulls it right back for Celtic. Diavoli were asleep at the wheel. And that stamps out any thoughts of a comeback, as some protestations from the Diavoli bench. And actually one of the players on the bench drawing a caution for his comments. But really, he ought to be yelling at his own teammates, not the referee. And a good heads-up play by Celtic right off the kickoff. I mean, give Sanders and Kewen full credit. Sanders realizing that Diavoli weren't paying attention. They weren't ready or focused. And Sanders playing the ball straight ahead for Kewen. He ran right through the back line and then put it easily past the keeper. And we've just been informed that a minimum of 1 minute of added time here in the 2021 Ontario Cup Men's Final. Well, that has been an interesting couple of minutes, as two quick goals exchanged. And we'll see if Diavoli, after the goal from Vuctelage, can get anything more. We'll see if that mental miscue is costly. Is that one off the bar? The rebound right there. Harrington with the second save. It would not have counted, as Ellerton was caught offside. But a Bit of an interesting moment there as Diavoli nearly pulling a second one back after the initial shot went off the crossbar. Harrington was looking at it. I think he thought that was tracking over top the net easily. I think he was a little surprised to see it go off the bar. But in the end, no harm, no foul. And it is Ottawa Gloucester Celtic who pick up their third men's championship in club history here at the 2021 Ontario Cup Finals. What a great finish. What a match. And the final score in this one, Celtic 5, AC Diavoli 1. Thank you again to our proud partners for today's event. Our broadcast partners, Hub International Insurance Brokers. Our premier partners, Toronto FC. Our community partners, the Dairy Farmers of Ontario, as well as Respect in Sport, SoccerX, Sports Engine, Gatorade, and Nothers, the award store. Folks, thanks for tuning in. We'll be back with the next match at 1 p.m.